Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mage, obviously, and I thought I would go ahead and record a quick video giving a brief explanation of where I hope we are going to be bringing the YouTube channel in the upcoming months and possibly even years, depending on how long this goes on. I thought I'd also go ahead and do this while recording a solo video, since this is probably the only time you will see me playing solo, and I fully plan to just completely suck at it. But so far, I've been really impressed by the amount of enthusiasm for the free-for-all shoutcasts. I've had a lot of great experiences meeting with other players to do it. I mean, I've really gotten to know Mog a lot better. I met Pureby to do this. Magadansky's been great. Juan, everybody. But those are really kind of a big hassle to do. I mean, I love doing them, but it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of editing that has to be done in order to get something that's even remotely qualified to be posted on the YouTube channel. I mean, I'm sure, as you guys know, there's nothing super high quality to them, but trust me, it's a lot worse when they start off. However, I would like to be putting out more content. And there's going to be a period in October where I'm not able to be recording because I'll be traveling for business so much. So I'd like to build up a little bit of an archive as well. So all that being said, I've got a few ideas that I'd like to try and branch into. Obviously not all at one time, but I think some of them have merit. Maybe some will be more popular than I think, and some of them probably will just be absolutely horrendous, but that's the fun of making them, isn't it? So the first idea I've already started with Warpex, and it's basically just going to be what I'm going to call FML's Arranged Team Adventures, and adventures really is the correct word for this, I think. The premise that I'm going to be working off of is that while neither one of us is good enough, and probably there are a bunch of people who are, however, I'm certainly not good enough to be a competitive twos player regularly, I do think I have enough comedic value, either laughing with me or laughing at me, to make it worthwhile. So I think that if we do some very interesting strategies and stuff like that, I may be able to provide a little bit of entertainment that you ordinarily wouldn't get. So that's idea number one, and it'll be stuff like really weird harassment strategies, going dual Fire Lord, just kind of cheesy type strategies that are a lot of fun to pull off, and we may or may not successfully do them. And then that will be segment one, and as you can see, I'm really hoping this Ancient War goes and gets up here. There we go. Let's make sure that it goes ahead and keeps attacking, and there we go. I think I could take out at least one peasant. That's my hope, at least. As you can see, I'm not very good at micro to begin with, and it has certainly been a while since I've done any. But, sorry, as I was saying, so segment one I hope to be a just very basic arranged team matchmaking type thing. And it's my hope that people will enjoy that and find some comedic value from it. It's also my hope that this Blade Master doesn't completely decimate everything I've got going for me right now. But it looks like it's going to go ahead and do that, so beggars, wishers, all that good stuff. Maybe I should go ahead and bring my Keep of the Grove back. That might be a smart idea. So yeah, there's that. I will probably try and get more people than just Warpex. I mean, it seems like it'll be a fun thing for multiple people to do. And then I'd also like to do another thing leading off of kind of the arranged team idea, and that would be to go ahead and put together a piece called Game Night. Obviously it wouldn't all be at night, however, the main focus of this would be that we are having some of the more interesting people from FML come out and play with me in twos, and I can get a little more backstory on what exactly is going on with their Warcraft careers before they started FML, what they're doing now, and just a general overview of how they like free-for-all, how they got into it. It would basically be a more in-depth interview. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just not able to cover in the interviews because it would take so long to do it. I mean, you guys have seen the massive walls of text that I've put out, and that's really only touching the surface of what I would like to get to know about the players. So while that may be a good amount of reading, it would really only be a couple minutes of an interview in a YouTube video. So that would be something I think would be really interesting. I'd like to get a lot of people such as War Chief Rich, Yaws, maybe some of the old school free-for-all players would be interested in doing it as well. Whoops, let's not have the Creep of the Grove that way. As you can see, this game's already well over, but shit happens. And the idea behind that would just be, we never really get to meet the players behind the game. I always loved it when we got to see in-depth interviews with people at WCG, stuff like that. So I'd like to put out one of those a week. And then my last idea would be to have some type of Let's Play for the Frozen Throne campaign, possibly even going back to the Reign of Chaos campaign. I'm not sure how much interest there's going to be for this, but I looked online, and a lot of the YouTube videos have a very large amount of followers for Let's Plays in general, but also Let's Plays specifically for Warcraft 3 campaign. And while I doubt I would be able to get as many as some of the bigger channels have, I do think that it's worth at least investigating. And if nothing else, then I'll have said I tried it, and we can move on from there. But I'll probably plan on doing at least a couple of those, and see just where that ends up. Maybe put out 3 or 4 weeks, but... Oops. Come on. Well, that went well. So yeah, as I was saying, I'd put out a few of those, and I'd like to have 3 things going a week. So I'd like Sundays to be the regular day that we publish the Warcraft 3 free-for-all shoutcast, because those are going to be the staple. I know that's what a lot of you guys are here for, and I'm certainly never going to abandon those. I mean, that's where I got my roots from, and it's where I really enjoy spending most of my time currently, and it allows me to get a lot closer to people in the community. But I do want to try and grow this out. I want to see if we can find some new audiences, and I'd just like to produce some more content. So Sundays would be for the free-for-all, and then I think Tuesdays would probably be just some general arranged team shenanigans and having some fun with that. And then ideally Thursday would be game night, and I'm picturing maybe having different seasons of that. So the first season would have maybe 5 different players playing, and it would be maybe a half hour each, playing 2 or 3 arranged team games and moving on from there. Oops, I somehow never managed to hotkey that other ancient. And we would just see how that went. If that went well, I'd love to do a second season. I think there are a lot of really interesting characters that I could talk to for this. And just in general, I think there are a lot of people that would have a lot to say on the matter. I mean, maybe I could even lure back somebody like Nublex, who's just kind of resurging onto the play free-for-all scene right now. And barring that, if that couldn't happen, then I'm sure there's at least somebody out there, maybe Entropy, but, you know, just a general person, people from both the free-for-all community in the past as well as the solo community that's joining the free-for-all community. And then the Let's Play would probably be something that would alternate with the arranged team or the game nights, depending on how much content I have. But I think that would bring me up to 3 uploads a week, which would be great, and it would also allow me to branch out and get a bunch of new people on here casting. I mean, how much would you guys like to hear from Yaws and his experiences at the World Cyber Games in China, or War Chief, and just see what it's like being in the professional scene today, how much he feels it has changed, and how he got involved with it, or going back, talking more in depth about Magadansky and his solo career, how he got started in free-for-all, and the changes he's seen over the 4 or 5 years that he's been competitively playing in FML. So I hope that has given you guys some idea of where we are at and where we're going forward. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the ideas. Obviously, I really want to have this be a community thing. I want to do stuff that you guys will like, and I want it to be stuff that you guys will be willing to listen to. The whole reason that we are doing these is just for you guys listening. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will be publishing something new soon. Catch you guys later. Bye.